Hi everybody, it's Catherine from In the Pink Designs. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, so the products that I use today you can purchase from my website. It's at the top of the screen and it's also linked below. Today's is a very quick treat box. This has 2 Ghirardelli chocolates inside, and it uses the Hello Ladybug stamp set and some of the... Trying to use up my stash here. Bright 6x6 DSP from last year. Because we're going to have the new patterns now. So I'm trying to use some of that up. I also used the Flowering Tulip stamp set for the Happy Mother's Day. And some black and white gingham ribbon. And for the sentiment, I used the Stylish Shapes dies. Now, I wanted this one to be a quick one because yesterday's was long because we stamped the front and the inside flap. So that one took a little bit longer. So this one's going to be pretty quick. All right, what we need today. And we're going to stamp, actually, we're going to be stamping the body of the Ladybug right on the DSP and the flowers right on the DSP. So it's even quicker because of that. All right, we need a piece of real red cardstock that is 7.5 by 4 3/4, which means you can get at least two out of one sheet of cardstock, which is good if you're going to make some for the table. We need a scrap of basic white just for the wings. We need this label from the Stylish Shapes dies out of real red, and that is this one right here. It's the second largest one. All right, and then we need 2 pieces of the Daffodil Delight DSP, which is in the brights, that are 2 1/4 by 2 3/4. Alrighty, let's get my Simply Scored. I wanted to show a few more things before the catalog came on May 4th, but my order's been in picking for like 4 days. The weekend was 2 of them, but I'm kind of surprised, so I'm sorry about that I don't have more new product yet. I really should have ordered it all at once, but I wasn't sure what I'd like. All right, we're going to start on the 7.5 inch side, and we're going to score at 1/2, 3, 4, and 6.5. And we're going to turn it to the 4 3/4 side, and we're going to score at 1 and at 4. Okay. And I'm just going to fold and burnish. The top one I'm going to be folding kind of back just a little bit, so I'm not going to fold and burnish that one, just the bottom and the sides. I will be having a host code for the starting of the new catalog. I'll let you know what that is in the next week or so, because it's only a week from yesterday, the launch, and that way anybody who spends under $150, when I put them all together, I can get everybody a little something that ordered. But if you spend $150 or more, don't put the host code in because you want your Stampin' Rewards. All right, this is what we want to do here. Okay, the skinniest rectangle's on the left-hand side. There's a 1 inch on the bottom and 3/4 inch at the top. Okay. All right, so we're going to start over on the left. And we're going to take off this bottom rectangle. So we're going to cut it up to the first score line and then wedge up a little bit. Okay. Now follow this rectangle and cut the other side straight. Skip the square and cut straight on the other side. Then wedge both sides of the square. Okay. Go to the other side of this rectangle, cut it straight to the first score line, and then we're going to wedge each side of the square. Okay, and then on the top, all we're going to do is follow the skinny rectangle up and wedge down a little bit on that rectangle at the top. And that's what it should look like after you've scored it and cut it. Okay, now I want to get my corner rounder. And what we're going to do is we're going to fold all of these when we do it. All right, so let's start on the right hand side. And we're going to fold that 1-inch piece over, and then we're going to round those corners. Okay, so then it looks like that after you've round the corners. Then do the next corner after you fold it. Fold the next score line and do it. And then the last. Okay, now all of the corners are nicely rounded. All right, now we're going to put some tear and tape on this, what's left of the skinny rectangle close to the score line. And I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool to take the backing off. Now flip it over, flip the side with the tape over, and flip the other side to meet it. Oh, I didn't round that one. Darn. I'll do it now. There we go. See? Not too bad. Okay. All right, and now this is the seam, so that's the back. So we're going to put the sides and the back down, and this is where we want to put more of our tear and tape. Now this is just 2 Ghirardelli squares, so I don't really think you need 2 pieces. But if you're going to put a whole bunch of kisses or something, you might want to put another piece there. Okay. All right, now we're going to put our 2 squares in. These are dark chocolate and sea salt. All right, once they're in, then we're just going to squeeze the box so that the top parts come together, and you see it will go to where it wants to go to on the sides. All right, now set that aside for a minute, and we're going to work on our DSP. All right, so we have the 2 pieces. We're only going to stamp on one, but we have the 2 pieces that are 2 1/4 by 2 3/4. All right, and then the first thing we're going to get is our Stampin' Pierce mat because it's photopolymer. If you have any type of nice pad, that will work nicely too. All right, and we're going to use these 3 flowers right here. And we're going to use some crushed curry ink. And we're going to put these in the bottom right-hand corner. So the small flower that's there, that's the one we'll stick into the corner. All right, and when you're stamping on DSP, you just make sure you have a darker color than the DSP is, that's all. Okay, that's our flowers. Now we're going to do the actual body of the butterfly. Oh, no, not real red. We need Tuxedo Black. Okay, and then decide where you want it on your DSP. Get some ink on it. It's your DSP, so make sure there's nothing on the edges that you don't want to show up. All right, and then I'm just going to put my ladybug body right onto the DSP. And there you go. Okay, now we'll let that dry a second. And we're going to bring in our basic white just to make our wings. All right, and we need the real red ink. Great. All right. And then we're going to get the Tuxedo Black again. And I'm going to get the spots for the ladybug wings. Put them right in there. There we go. Okay. And I'm just going to bring in my Ladybug Builder Punch and punch the wings out. It's this way. Alrighty, and there's our wings. Okay, now we just need our piece of real red that we cut the label out of. And what we want to do is we're going to use from the Flowering Tulips, Happy Mother's Day. And I'm going to try to get it as far to the right as I can. And I'm just going to put it right in the middle. Good. Okay. Alrighty. Now, what we're going to do is I need some mini dimensionals, and I'm going to flip over my wings. I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool, and I'm going to put mini dimensionals on the inside of the wing, up probably about 1/4 inch from the neck on each side, and that will pop up our wings a little bit so it's not flat on there. And then I'm just going to put a tiny bit of liquid glue by the neck. Not too much, just spread it out nice and thinly. And I'm just going to put it where it belongs. And it takes a minute. Okay. Now, let's let that dry a minute. And now I'm going to take a small hole punch. And I'm going to punch 2 holes in the actual top part of the bag. And then I'm going to get some black and white gingham ribbon, and I'm just going to tie a bow, put it through and tie a bow at the front. These are really quick and easy. You get 2 out of each piece of cardstock. They're good for a little girl's birthday party too. A lot of them get, I think it's the 1. Is it 1? I don't know. But I've seen a lot of little girls' birthday parties that are ladybugs. Okay, I'm just going to tie a bow. Oh, no, we don't want to do that yet. All right, let's take our sentiment, and I'm just going to run the bone folder so it curves it a little bit, and then put my thumbnail right before the H and bend it back so it has a little bit of a spot that we can put a small hole, and I'm going to put it on the right side of the ribbon, and then I'm going to tie a bow. Okay, and that the black and white gingham ribbon is carrying over, which I'm happy. I really like that. Okay, now we're going to just glue our DSP on. Just lift up your sentiment and put this right on the DSP. And there should be about 1/8 of an inch all around. Okay, and then the back piece is just plain. I guess you could do it on both sides if you want. Definitely will take you double the time though, probably, because you have to stamp it twice. Okay. Almost done. All right, now, to make the body stand out a little bit, I'm going to take some Wink of Stella glitter, and I'm going to put it on the head and the body that shows, just to give it a little sparkle. You might not see it on the camera, but it looks cute. And then I'm going to do each little dot. Dries pretty quickly. Okay. I don't know if you can see. Not really. Sorry about that. Okay. And for the final touch, I'm going to be using some of the Playing with Patterns resin dots, which are on sale right now because they're retiring. Oops. Now I'm going to be using the yellow ones, and I'm going to put the 3 of them right in the middle of the flowers. Oops. And maybe one of the small ones of this little flower. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, my email is below. The link to join as a demonstrator. And I do know I did get an update today that something is going to be special for the customers when the launch of the new catalog. I don't even know what it is yet, but they will be announcing it, I think, next week. So before the actual catalog goes live. So watch out for that. And if you need any supplies, my address is at the top of the screen and link below. And the measurements for this are on my blog. And I will see you next time. Bye.